right, so let's get started with some Qigong practice. So bringing your hands to either side of your lower dantian, which is the energy field in the lower abdomen. Feel that connection between your palms as you ground down through your feet into the earth, maybe closing your eyes, allowing space between your joints, relaxing your shoulders, your hips, your knees. At the same time that you're sinking down into the earth, feel the column of qi rising up through your spine, through the crown of your head, connecting you with the sky. At the same time, you're rooted down into the earth. And we'll start to slow our breathing to a nice steady rate that feels good to you. And as you breathe in, let your hands float out towards your sides. And as you breathe out, let the hands float back in towards the lower dantian. Continuing like this, breathing long, slow, deep, and even breaths. Concluding the next breath with your hands over your lower dantian. Connecting into that source of strength and power that lies at the core of our body. Remembering to come back to the center throughout the practice and throughout your day-to-day life. Moving from this space. Generating your movements from your lower dantian. Alright, let's bring our hands up overhead, coming up off the heels if feasible, and drop. So we're dropping the hands and the heels in sync, dumping any tension, worries, stress, judgments. posting it in the earth. So we keep the back tall when we do this. And we're just letting the arms drop like you're letting go of buckets of water. Come to stillness at your sides. Alright, making sure you got enough space behind you and in front of you. We're going to have a slight bend in the knees and swing the arms back and forth, letting them be dead weight. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the fifth, bend low. And back to 1, 2, 3, 4, bend low. 1, 2, 3, 4, bend low. 1, 2, 3, 4, sink low. 1, 2, 3, 4, and sink. 1, 2, 3, 4, and sink. Just letting the shoulders be totally relaxed. I've lost track. I've lost count. 3, 4, and sink. 2, 3, 4, and sink. Let the arms come to stillness again. Making loose fists. We're going to open up the chest, bringing the fists back, and then rounding forward, bringing the arms in toward the body, opening up the upper back. You can make this as deep a stretch as feels good for you. The arms down to the sides. And then next, making sure you have enough space on either side of you. Widen the stance a little bit, keeping the legs unlocked, the knees unlocked. And now we'll swing the arms side to side. Dead weight. Letting the hands land against the body, sending a vibration into the body to disperse any stagnant qi or blood, helping to alleviate tension. We'll start to round forward, letting the arms come to stillness. We will bring one hand in front of the body, one in back. palms facing opposite directions and the head turned the opposite direction of the front hand. And then we're going to push the hands in opposite directions as we round forward more. So you can do this to the degree that feels good for you to get a good stretch in the mid-back, or opening up the mid-back. So we'll start on one side, again turning the head opposite to the front hand, pushing the hands in opposite directions as you round over, stretching open the mid-back, pausing for a moment, and then we'll come up a little bit, switch the hands, and push. Pausing, and reverse. Making sure you feel that opening up in the mid-back. Imagining you're actually pushing with your core, pushing something out of the way. So feeling the strength of your core, pushing out through your hands. Right, remembering to connect to the lower dantian. Ending on the opposite side that you started on. We'll bring our hands to our knees and lift one hand up, crossing to opposite shoulder height, and then let the hand float back to the knee. We'll cross the other hand up. Like your arms are floating, keeping a soft bend in the elbows. Now feeling the stretch down the sides of your back or the bladder meridians. Again, connecting to the lower dantian, your lower abdomen. Feeling that space open up as you rise and close as you fall. And again, ending on the opposite side that you started on. We'll bring both hands back to the knees and slowly come back up to standing. Pausing a moment to check in with how you feel. We'll bring the hands in front of ourselves, and then we're going to lift them up overhead, turning to look at our hands, and then letting them float back down, turn the other direction, and back down. Getting a nice twist in the back. This is called looking at the moon. we'll come back to center. So the next movement we'll do is kind of building on that one. And we will start out with the legs together, stepping the foot out to one side. So it'll be easier to mirror me probably. So you lift your hands up like we were doing before, like looking at the moon. And then we're gonna drop, it'll be your right side if you're mirroring me. Your right arm is gonna come into a ward off position, called ward off. So there's a bit of space between the chest and the arm, as if this arm is protecting your chest. So I don't want it to be too close, because that's not going to be good protection. So feeling some qi between the arm and the body, and relaxing the shoulder. And then this upper arm is going to come as if you're holding a tray with the hand, but without straining the wrist. Just a very light tray. So we'll go back into position. So the right arm in ward off, the palm is going to face down, and the left hand held up like you're holding a light tray. And you're going to turn the torso in the other direction as you do, sinking down, turning the torso. The arms glide along. And then we'll pause. So I'm turning to face you again, but you're going to be turning towards your right elbow. So looking over the right elbow, pausing for a moment, and then sweeping your left hand down towards your left foot. And then open up the arms and close as you step the feet in together. I'm going to come to the center of the frame, but you can stay where you are. And we're just going to step the other foot out. So if you're mirroring me, your right foot out to the right. And we'll turn to that side, looking at the moon. Drop the right hand back like you're holding the tray. Left arm in ward off position. And we'll sink as we turn the torso. Pausing when we get to the point of a good stretch. Looking over the left elbow. And then sweep the right hand down toward the right foot, opening up the left arm, and then coming up with both arms open to the side, and then float them back down. And then we'll step out to the left side again. Shuffle over a little. So sweeping the arms up, looking at the moon, hold the tray with one hand, ward off with the other arm, twist, look over the elbow, sweep the upper arm down, opening up your right arm, and rising up, and close. And step the left foot out, sweeping the arms up, dropping the left arm into ward off, right hand holding the tray, sink as you twist, looking over the left elbow, sweeping the right hand down, opening up the left arm, and rise up, and step back together. Great. Alright, so these are movements associated with the earth element, which is associated with this time of year. known as its own season in the 5-element system as late summer or harvest season. The earth element's associated in general with the transitions between the seasons, but in particular this time of year, the late summer, time of harvest and abundance. And it's associated with the spleen and the stomach organs. So let's bring our hands in front of our abdomen, the upper palm facing down, the lower palm facing up. This represents the dual directions of the spleen and stomach. And then we'll reverse the directions of the palms as we push one up toward the sky, the other down towards the earth, and pausing a moment, gentle stretch. So the spleen energy pushes up while the stomach energy flows down. And then we'll windmill the arms, opposite directions, making a big circle, ending with the hands in a reverse of that original position. And reversing the palms, lifting the upper hand up, lowering the bottom hand. And again, windmilling the arms. Hard to do in a tight space. Relaxing the shoulders. Next time the hands are back in front of the abdomen, we'll turn both palms facing the earth and then send the hands out as we sink down and then gather like you're gathering earth chi in towards your center. Sweeping the hands out from the center and gathering the chi back in. And let's gather that chi to our lower dantian, returning the energy, the chi we've generated back to ourselves. Replenishing that vital store of energy and strength within us. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And if you're watching this live, please join me next week for more Qigong practice and more on tongue diagnosis. All right, have a good week.